What's up, zombie enthusiasts, and welcome back to the channel. And yes, this is right, I got the long-awaited zombie grass 60 card deck pile. Absolutely chunky, massive. What can I say? A lot of you wanted to see this deck, as I did a poll earlier on the channel asking which zombie deck would you like to see first, and most of you voted that you want to see a grass build, so here we go. But before that, I got a big announcement to make. That's right, by popular demand, I finally opened a Discord channel. Let's build a huge zombie community, so go on the link down below and join the Discord channel. And message me directly and many other stuff that you're gonna have to go look for yourself and find out. It's quite nice. And with that said, let's get into the deck profile. It's gonna be quite long, so I'm not gonna waste much time. Starting off with 3 Mizuki. This deck mills a lot, and this is something that zombie have iconically been doing for a really long time. Just Mizukiing your opponent 3 times in a turn. Just keep reviving synchro materials and make some really nasty boards, and that's where we need the Mizukis to come in play. And it's fine to play 3. It's a 60 card deck prior. What are the chances you draw 3 Mizukis, or like even 2? Like, they're quite low. Same thing for Banshee. We want to mill all the Banshees so we can get constant access to our zombie world. And like I said, 3 Banshees increases the chances of milling Banshees. Really, that's really the entire idea behind running multiple copies in a milling deck. Also, Gozuki is quite good in this deck. It's a really good normal summon. As we can use to mill a zombie on, when he is on the field once per turn, mills a zombie from the deck to the grave. And not only that, when he is sent to the grave, we can banish a zombie from our graveyard to special summon another zombie from the grave. From the hand, actually. Sorry. And that actually comes really in handy, because sometimes you might be stuck with some zombies you want to mill, you drew instead. So that's where Kozuki comes really in handy, especially if you got a bunch of cards in the graveyard or zombie world, where makes any monster in the grave a zombie, so you can banish anything and then get rid of the zombie that's stuck in hand. Next up, we got 2 Doom Kings. Finally, playing 60 cards allows the space for extra Doom King. A lot of the problems of zombies is that if you get your Doom King DD crowed or bestialed away, it absolutely sucks. That's your boss master gun. He only revives himself from the graveyard, so once he's banished, it's basically out. But yeah, self-explanatory is Doom King. It's a really amazing card, and the reason we play it at 2 is because, again, it increases the chances of milling it. Same thought goes for Spirit Dao. But there's also another reason why we play Spirit Dao at 2, is because in this deck I play Monster Reborn, and that allows me to banish another copy of a zombie in the graveyard to special summon another one. So special summon it by banishing one from deck, and that's where the good effect of Spirit Dao comes into play, because when she's banished, it banishes another zombie from the grave to special summon herself, and that's 2 level 6s on board that can be easily used for synchro summons. And not only that, when it's on the field, it once per turn mills a zombie, which comes in handy for the combos, and that's why we play it at 2. Also, drawing 1 absolutely sucks, so having 1 in the deck is quite good. Next up, it's Unizombie. The only reason I only play 2 Unizombie is because I already have so many cards I could potentially normal summon like a stack Mizuki in hand, a Gozuki, a Banshee, and Unizombie. It's really good as an extender, really, because you're gonna mill so many cards in this build that you can easily get access to a Mizuki, and then Mizuki effect, special summon Unizombie from the graveyard, or again you can Monster Reborn, Monster Reincarn, Zombie Reborn. Yeah, Zombie Reborn was the name of that card. One of your Unizombies that's in the grave, banishing another one from the deck, and that's actually amazing. And next up we got more zombies. Fan favorite zombie, the Al Ghul Mazera. Really good card. I normally don't play this, but in a build that mills so many cards, it's actually quite really useful for the grind game, especially. Its banish effect is quite good, and when it's banished, special summon itself, which you can also banish him of Spirit Dao to special summon himself, and that's actually quite in handy. And again, it's a level 8. Him and Doom King can make the zombie vampire, or he himself can be used for synchro summons, which is even more handy. And this, he's supposed to be the new zombie from Infinite Forbidden. I really cannot pronounce it. I probably put it somewhere on the screen right now. Anyway, really good card. I just couldn't really find my copy. If you guys don't think it's good, feel free. Like I said, join the Discord. Put some matches out there. Let's start a debate. Do you guys think this card is good in zombies? Is this a good zombie card? Is it worth running? I personally found it interesting that he can constantly recycle himself and put himself on the field by tributing one zombie, and he's just a huge body. He gains attack for every zombie on your field, and they're just amazing. If only he could gain attack for zombies on the entire field. I don't know why Konami didn't do that. Konami, why? That would be even more amazing, but sadly he doesn't. Next up, we got one Mad Mauler, a really nice extender. It's a really good old combo. You can have Spirit Dao on the field, use the effect to mill, you mill Mad Mauler, and then Mad Mauler effect to decrease Spirit Dao's level by 2 to summon himself, and then special summon Immortal Zombie to mill one more card and have more follow up, and that's really great. I remember one of my, when the support just came out, I used to do that a lot. It was a part of a really nice combo, but back then we had Hulk Firebrax and all that, Immortal Chaos Ruler, and there was some really good times for zombies. Sadly, those times have passed and we gotta adapt. So good thing Konami gave us some toys to play with, like grass. But yeah, let's continue. Next up, I got one Plex Spreader. So it's a really good card. It puts a zombie that's stuck in hand in the deck, and then you can potentially mill it. And that's one way to get it to the graveyard. But yeah, Sam itself is just an extra tuner. If it's milled, it's quite good, as we can easily get into our single plays with him, and just an extra Mad Mauler, really. Sometimes we want to use Plex Spreader instead of Mad Mauler, because we cannot afford decreasing one of our zombies levels by 2, so that's where Plex Spreader comes into play. And next up, I know this may be a bit controversial. Again, drop me a message on Discord. Let's debate this. But I'm running some Lightsworn cards. Sadly, I just absolutely ran out of zombie cards to really put in this mill deck. I was toying with with some Ghost Fusion plays, because there are so many ways to pay life points. But I just kept thinking to myself, what if we just mill the Ghost Fusion, then the entire deck is just dead? And that's why I was like, let's play Lightsworms instead. They don't have that many bricks. Well, it's the good old meme, there are 2 wolves inside you. One of them is in your hand, the other one is probably also in your hand, and the third one it's almost in your hand. But yeah, just gets a Lightstorm package with 3 Wolf, 3 Dragonling. Just one of the other one. The last one decided to fly away. Quite thematic as it's dragon after all. But yeah, 3 Dragonling, 3 Wolf, and 3 Ways. This is basically the holy trinity of Lightsworns. You know, Ways being able to get wolves unstuck from your hand. Wolf is a really good body, he's a really big beat stick, and it can be used for rank 4s, synchro 8s quite easily, which is one of the main things we do in this deck. And yeah, these cards are quite good, alongside with 2 Felice. Felice is quite nice as a board breaker as well. Her effective pop cards is quite nice and comes really in handy. And you know, it's also a tuner. We have so many zombie non-tuners, level 4s, such as Gozuki, Mezuki, Banshee, that Felice comes quite in handy, and same for Wise. They pair really well, and then you can make a synchro 8. Putting your zombie in the grave for extender plays, such as, you know, you could summon Banshee and then get a level 4 tuner on the field, and then boom, make a level 8, and then Banshee is now in the grave, so you can use Banshee to get Zombie World and mill more cards and do more combos. And of course, because we play so many Lightstorms, we got 1 Judgment with 1 Punishment Dragon. Quite good. And self-explanatory, yeah, one of the pieces of the end board is to make Enlightenment Dragon. But these cards are quite useful by themselves as well. Their effects are quite cool, though depending on the situations, that it does hurt us as well, and they're mainly like locked in our main phase. But that's really it for the Lightstorm cards in the main deck. Not a huge. This is not a Lightstorm deck. This is a zombie deck after all. Just there because it has a really good engine. And speaking of about another engine, we got a Revolution Synchron engine in this deck. Revolution Synchro is quite good. Pairing with Tuning. Tuning can search Revolution Synchron and mill a card, and then Revolution Synchron mills itself a card to special summon itself on the field, and there you got a tuner or a body for link summoning, which is quite nice. This one's per duel, so it's alright. Something that I'm not really sure about is also running 3 Assault Synchrons. I'm not really sure about that. But it's really good if it's in the hand, because it's a free extender. Like I said, you get a level 4 on the field. Then you special summon the Soul Synchron and make a easy Mortal Dragon. But I'm not really so sure. Like, this deck definitely needs some more testing and playing around with. I'm not really that experienced in CC card deck piles. I've always been playing 40, so I don't know. I just never played with grass before, so this is quite some experimental. And then to round up the monsters, we have 1 Shiren. Shiren is absolutely an amazing card in zombies. It's sadly at 1, but it's so good. If you draw it, it's really nice. Discards a card, and on summon it mills cards, and that's amazing for this deck. Being able to discard some of the zombies that are stuck in the hand and get a body on the field, and then mill more to potentially mill Mezukis or Banshees or Wolves. It's amazing. And then the fusion summon effect does come up, especially if Zombie World is on the field. And next up we got a really saucy card, Performer Page Trick Clown. I just remember this being played in mill decks. Really good. I remember I used to play it really back when Chaos Ruler was around. It pays 1,000, which is also why I was thinking about playing Ghost Fusion, because we got the Soul Synchros, we got 3 clowns. You could run this through those to half your life points. I was thinking about that as well, so maybe you could cut some cards for this Trudeau or 2, or maybe 2-3 clowns. Just seems quite interesting. But yeah, it pays life points, which is why I could trigger the Ghost Fusion cards if I wouldn't be so afraid of milling Ghost Fusion and just losing the game on the spot. But yeah, just self-explanatory extender. It's basically a wolf, but it's fine if it's stuck in hand. And then one damage juggler. Just there, in case we mill him, and then we can search a 3 clown. Just more extenders, really. This could arguably be a Destrudo or another 3 clown. It just depends on what you prefer, or maybe another tier name. But that's really it for the monsters, like quite monster heavy. Like, these card piles are absolutely chunky. But yeah, let's move on to the spells. We got 3 zombie worlds. We gotta play zombie worlds. Gotta play the 3 as well, because I'm really afraid of milling the zombie worlds. So that's why I'm playing 3. Fix that light. Oh, yeah, alright, better. But yeah. That's why I'm playing Demo 3, because I'm really afraid of milling all of my zombie worlds when I go for the grass. Could you imagine milling 20 and then you see 3 zombie worlds? It's like, what are the chances? Just scoop on the spot. It is what it is. But don't worry, because there's a card in the extra deck. I thought about that. Even though there are chances of milling our zombie worlds, I thought there's a way we could mill also bodies besides those zombie worlds, so we can link someone into a card that I'm gonna show you soon. But yeah, we also got 3 Solar Recharge. We play so many Light Storms. It's self-explanatory that we should also play Solar Recharge. If you do recharge in a Light Storm, it's like, oh, whoa, it's absolutely amazing. Same goes for Charge. You can draw Charge by itself and and mills for cost, so you're always gonna be guaranteed to mill 3, and that's just amazing, especially because who knows what those 3 mills can be. And not only that, it also searches a Light Sword, which is absolutely amazing for a mill deck. Which is also great for mill deck is tuning, being able to search you a Synchron, a tuner. Absolutely amazing. And not only that, it mills 1. That 1 could matter at any point. Just hope it's not grass. Also, I remember I was playing tuning in my Ghost Fusion build, and no joke, I started off my turn with tuning to bait an Ash or something, and that one card was the Ghost Fusion, and I was so sad. I was absolutely depressed. But yeah, we got Trust. If you get hand trap, you could trust into anything really. A Solar Recharge, a Charge of the Light Brigade, tuning, all of those cards. Grass, mainly grass really, are always gonna charging Trust into grass. Grass is at 1, so Trust is really here to substitute for having grass at 1 really. Speaking about grass, here's the 1 copy of Grass Looks Greener. I've chose to not buy 1 yet, as I have a feeling it's gonna be in the next rarity collection, extravaganza, whatever it's called. So why would I pay so much money for a rare grass when soon I'll be able to get like pretty cheap copies? They're not gonna be worth anything soon, because that's what Konami did with so many cards that just came off the ban list. including Ancient Fairy Dragon that got reprinted in Rarity Collection. So, you know, it's definitely gonna be the same with Grass. Self-explanatory, mills 20. Sadly, you need to see the one-off in a 60 card pile, which is not that likely, but Trust helps with that. Also, like some other cards you could trust into. Foolish Burial. It's a mill deck, guys. Like, Foolish Burial just sends anything, like anything you need for that moment, just Foolish Burial it away. Here's our one copy of Monster Reborn. You can trust into it as well, and even if you mill it, it's quite okay, because, you know, it's gonna set itself to possibly use it as follow-up for next turn. And, you know, it recycles one of your banished zombies, so that's really good. Recycles Mizukis, and that's just amazing. If you mill it, you could play two. You really could. I could possibly toy with that idea, but let's see. Like, I'll probably make a follow-up of this video after I test some more. But then I just threw in a prosperity. I figured it's more chances to say Grass. This should probably be a third trust, but I do not own a third trust. I only play 2 trusts. You know, I never bothered to buy a third. So, you know, I'm only running 2 trusts and then prosperity, YOLO. You never know, you could hit the one of Grass. Also another one of Lightstorm Ages. Just because we play so many Lightstorm cards, this card is free interruption if you mill it. So, you know, I figured that's quite good and it's worth a shot. But yeah, that's really for the main deck. Absolutely huge main deck. What can I say? 60 cards after all. But now let's go into the extra deck. For the extra deck, let's start with the links. We got one Avant-Garde Savior. It's basically my go-to link when going second. You know, it lets us deal with problematic monsters while milling a zombie to the graveyard, which is quite good. And if we go first, we got Vampire Sucker. Absolutely great card. It's self-explanatory. Every zombie player should know about Vampire Sucker. It's always been an iconic card with this deck ever since it came out. And yeah, just self-explanatory. But now with a saucy card that allows us to grab and recycle our spells in case we mill some important spells and when I grab them, as Zombie McGriffin not only discards a card, potentially unclogging a zombie that's stuck in hand, and also grabs a card. I know this is the point where I just realized it's a normal. No, target a spell trap, yeah, that's fine. But yeah, it lets us get cards. Maybe if you're an absolute madman, you could recycle Grass, or, you know, if you could mill the Grass, you can then go into a Griffin to grab the Grass and then use Grass. Absolutely sounds amazing, and that's where the extra bodies from the Light Swords, from the, you know, Revolution, Synchron, Assault Synchron come into handy. Tree Clown. That's where all the bodies can come into play. That was really the idea when I was deck building. If you have any other ideas or think about school, like I said, join the Discord and, you know, let's talk. Or you could also talk with other zombie fans. You know, who knows? But yeah, moving on to the synchros. We got one sharing Sun Saga. Really iconic card for this deck. I remember playing it when I couldn't afford Barons, and I was waiting to pull a Baron. Fun fact, what I actually did, I just randomly went after a tournament. I was like, you know, I feel good about myself. Baron, it's in that box. I just shoved my hand in the box, pulled 3 packs. This Baron is in here, and I pulled Baron, and ever since I was playing Baron instead. but Baron is banned now, so we're running back on the Shuri-san saga. The good reliable, really big body, 2500 is absolutely huge, and he pops cards by returning synchros. In the guy game, that can be really useful as it recycles on synchros. That's absolutely amazing. For the negates, we can just instead use Crystal Wing. Mainly because we play Revolution Synchron, it's really easy to make a Crystal Wing. So we don't want to play. It's free once per turn, monster negate, and its other effects are absolutely amazing. Crystal Wing, guys. Crystal Wing is a really good card, especially now that Baron and Savage are banned. Crystal Wing is basically like the only way to get easy negates up. Speaking of negates, it's quite situational, but Felgrand is quite good. Yeah, you could, right now I want to test Shuri-san Saga in zombies, but instead you can play Zombie Lord to special summon the Felgrand in your opponent's turn and banish one. Really great card, especially when going second. Just its ability to banish one card on the field, one monster on the field and grave is absolutely amazing, and self-explanatory. Next up for our more Synchro 8s, this deck is full of Synchro 8s because that's the easiest thing we can make. We got one Minerva, really good card for milling the Light Sworns. Part of our engine, if you got the Light Storms ready, Minerva, it's absolutely amazing, as it can let us set up even more meals, which is gonna get us to our zombie engine, or say zombie part of the deck. Really well synergize. There's a lot of synergy there. Feel free to check. I did some combo guides on Light Storm zombies. If you wanna check that out, it's on my channel. But yeah, self-explanatory, really good card. Next up we got one Omega, a really good card for recycling your banished zombies, and not only that, making sure your opponent always has -1 card in their hand, and that's quite toxic. And in Yu-Gi-Oh, toxic equals good. But yeah, next up, to make an even crazier board, we got an FA Dawn Dragster. Unizombie, being able to modulate his levels comes in handy, but also you can use Unizombie as level 3 tuner, and Nomad level 4 to make Dawn Dragster, or you can even use Revived Revolution Synchron and a level 6 like Peridao to make Dawn Dragster, and that's gonna protect us from Evilly Matched, which is really bad for this deck. And next up for the more level 7s, we got one Moonlight Dragon. Moonlight Dragon is basically go-to card to synchro summon if we draw a tuning or Revolution Synchron, and that's how we make our Crystal Wing. Again, check out my Lightstorm combo guide to see how we did that. And now we got one Michael, the Arch Lightsworn, a really good card. This is basically the card I make when I go second. Instead of FA Dawn Dragster, I make a Michael to, blow up the board a bit. And for our only level 6, it's Immortal Dragon, the one and only, absolutely. This is probably the best of the newest zombie support. This deck has Goten. Immortal card is a really good card and really well designed for this deck. And I really wish Konami would have done similar effects on other zombies, because they're really cooked with this card. They're really cooked. What can I say? Next up we got some XCs, the Zombie Vampire. We got so many level 8s. This is really easy to make. An iconic card of punk zombies. Has one Xiaomin or Italy equals a Zombie Vampire. That's absolutely amazing. Meals 4, Specials 1. What else can you ask for? Next up, more meals, Minerva, to access access our zombie part of the deck while using anything really, because it's a generic level 4. So that's actually quite good and comes in handy. And then just for synchros, for fusions, one Enlightenment Dragon and one Draco Necro. Self-explanatory. You can make this guy female Shyren, and you basically always make this guy as part of your name board. And that's really for the extra deck. For the side deck, it's quite hard to side deck for such a deck. But what I was thinking about is that you could play Super Poly and similar cards like that. Like you can play Scatter Shot, and you know, if you play Super Poly when going second, that's actually quite good, because I also had ideas of, because you know, the extra deck is just so much empty space. You could put multiple Super Poly targets in your extra deck. That's really about it. This deck definitely needs more refinement and playtest. So you know, I have not had the chance to take this deck to a tournament yet, so I'm not really sure how well it's gonna perform. Right now everything is theory based from my own mighty knowledge about zombies, because I just played so much zombies. I'm the king of zombies after all, and there's a reason for the existence of this channel. And with enough said, if you would like to support the channel even further, I also put a link to my Patreon down below, because if you got this far, you're definitely a true zombie fan. And you know, join the Discord. Can I say, it's gonna be amazing. Casus, signing out.